up? It's old Bob coming back at you with a special Father's Day edition of Hip Hop and Philosophy. So today is my first Father's Day. I'm not going to say without my father, and I'll tell you why, because I kind of feel his presence a little bit. Maybe it's the placebo effect. Maybe there's things beyond our understanding. But I feel my dad today. He passed in November. I feel his spirit here. And so in honor of Father's Day, I wanted to share a few of his pieces of advice and relate them to creativity. One of the things he used to be big on saying was, hey, Bob, anytime you get a paycheck, 3 things. Spend a third, invest a third, save a third. That was his financial philosophy. Split your paycheck in 3, spend a third of it on whatever you want, invest a third of it. I don't think he meant the stock market. I'm not sure what he meant by that because he never owned stocks in his life. But he, you know, he was big on investing, I guess. And save a third. Throw a third of it into a savings account. To relate this to creativity, it makes me think, okay, like my creativity is capital. Creativity and time are my most valuable capital. So when I have my creativity, can I split it into 3, spend a third? Am I doing creative things that are just fun? That aren't meant to improve my career? That aren't meant to improve my craft? That are just fun. Invest a third. What am I building towards with my creativity? How am I making it grow out in the world? Building community. How can I take my creative capital and combine it, with other stockholders of creative companies and create something even bigger? So I just came across this YouTube channel of this guy, Jesse Cannon. And my son, for some reason, he started coming up from school and from daycare, he's 2, and anytime you burp, he laughs, he's like, tough daddy. And then my wife will burp and I'll go, tough mommy. And then he'll go, tough Ziggy. He thinks burping is tough. I found this YouTube channel, Jesse Cannon, and he's all about how to increase your market share as an artist. And he's speaking to musicians. I think it works for anybody because a lot of the philosophy behind it is just building community with both fans who are going to support your work and collaborators who are going to fortify your work. I highly recommend that channel, and using some of his techniques, I started looking for MCs in the Hudson Valley, and I came across this article and heard this guy Dylan Owen, who I'll put a link to his new song. It's fantastic. I was really impressed by the vulnerability and the musicality. So check it out. And the last third, save a third. And to me, that speaks to craft. Like, what am I doing today to build up my savings account of creativity? Am I writing something today? Am I putting pen to paper? Am I practicing scales? Am I practicing my craft? Am I doing things that are outside of my comfort zone to expand my creativity? So am I spending a third on fun, investing a third in community, and saving a third on my craft? Thanks, Dad! That's some wonderful advice. What was number 2? Oh man, I'm just gonna tell a funny story about my dad. So we're driving around one day in Park Slope, and he's like, Bob, listen, I've been doing some recon, and there's no fish shops west of 7th Avenue in Brooklyn. I've been driving around, there's none. Wide open market. Think about opening up a fish shop. You know, buying a storefront, setting it up. You know, I've been thinking about opening up a fish shop. The thing is, I don't know anything about fish. Thing is, I don't know anything about fish. It's like I go down in the fish look in the morning. I don't know what I'm looking at. What is that? Pike? What is that? Halibut? He was a unique individual. So the second piece of advice, my dad always said, what he looked for in a friend was someone who could laugh at him, and someone who could laugh at themselves. Having a sense of humor about something that's so serious and so precious, it just takes the air out of the balloon a little bit. Is that the metaphor I want? No, not really. I think we want the balloon filled up with air. It adds a little bit of humanity to the mix. And I know I can be very guilty of taking my music too seriously. And I think that comes probably from a sense of false pride and self-righteousness. That is one of my biggest character defects, judging other people and judging myself. And I think, you know, I would do better to take that advice and to take myself a little less seriously and laugh at myself and laugh at other people's jokes. And the third thing my dad always said, which I will be eternally grateful for, he always just said, do what you love. The third piece of advice my dad always said, and I'll be eternally grateful for this, he said, follow your heart. Do what you love to do, the money will come. And that's why I love Jesse Cannon's channel so much, because so much of it is about creating what's true to myself as an artist, creating what I want to hear and see in the world. Because if I extend out past the boundaries of what is true to myself in order to please anybody, gatekeepers, audiences, whatever, eventually I'm going to tip over, I'm going to lose my balance. As an artist, it's an unsustainable lifestyle. But if I stay centered and grounded in my art and truly make what I feel I have to make, the money's gonna come. I got to ask Dave Chappelle once. I got to go down and see the taping of Inside the Actor's Studio. I was pretty young, and I said, Dave, I was a little blown away. I said, Dave, should you say yes to things you wouldn't normally say yes to at the start of your career just to get your foot in the door? And he thought about it for a second, took a puff off his cigarette, and he said, you're setting the rules for your career. And if you think you're going to change the rules that you set for yourself later on, you're kidding yourself. What you do at the beginning of your career is what you're going to do at the middle and at the end. You decide. You set those rules. Follow your heart, in other words. I was blown away by that. He's one of my heroes, and I wandered through the downtown streets of New York, and it was a couple of days before Christmas, and I found a Christmas tree on the street. We didn't have a Christmas tree. I was living with my dad in Sheepshead Bay at the time, so I took the Christmas tree on the train home. I brought it in the door. I said, Dad, we got a Christmas tree. He looks at me and he goes, Bob, did you steal a Christmas tree? I said, yeah, Dad, from the orphanage. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Dad. Happy Father's Day. I love you, Dad. Thanks for all your advice. And I just wanted to say, I've also learned a lot from my son. One of the biggest things I've learned is the best thing I can give to him is my undivided attention. And I'll be honest, I'm not that good at it. I'm a little addicted to my phone. That little box, that little magic box just draws my eye. I just want to say that out loud, not to shame myself, but to acknowledge that's one of my shortcomings and try to do better today. And the same applies to my creativity. Boy, the best gift I can give my creativity is undivided attention. Shut off everything. Shut out the world. And just explore the interior life of, oh, fuck, what's going on inside my heart, inside my mind? What can I touch deep in the recesses of my consciousness that I'm not even aware of? And share it with you. The real. The subterranean real. Undivided attention. Before I had Ziggy, I read every book in the world about fatherhood. I got all the books. I wanted to be so prepared, and boy, was I unprepared for being a dad. I am humbled every day because he is a vast universe of human experience, and I'm in charge of keeping him alive and I guess helping him flourish. But sometimes it's just enough to keep him alive. That's the best I can do sometimes. I'm ashamed to say, I squished his scrotum in the car seat buckle and didn't realize it the other day. And squished my son's nuts. I will often fail at being a father. And the imperfections, as long as I'm showing up with my full self, with joy and love, and failing joyfully, the imperfections are part of the process. Same as creativity. Let me fail joyfully, and I'm going to make some magical art. Happy Father's Day. If you're a dad, if you have a dad, if you don't have a dad, maybe he's here in spirit, like mine is. Old Bill. Old Man Moreno. That's what my wife always called him. Old Man Moreno. He was a unique individual. I hope you get to do something creative and fulfilling today. Peace. I'm at the point in my life where I start to question my life. Ain't no spring chicken this season. I'm second guessing my wife, and I have my reasons for what I've been doing, how I pursue it. Now I'm a student of who I was, who I be, what I do next. It's difficult to be different. I'm leaning into the shift. Maybe you're going through this shit too, so you can catch my drift. I've been a boozer, a stoner, a rock and roller, a dreamer, a loser, a loner, a lover, a diva. But who am I? Yeah. Well, that's the question on the table. Ain't it funny how the end of the rope can hang you a single? But here I dingle, tangled in this existential tangle. Dance and make me crazy, turn a body to a baby, and I just might lose my shit. Maybe I already did. Guess I didn't really need it anyway. Guess I didn't really put a show first time. Know your head if you're growing, don't know it. You turn around, starts blowing. When you're going down, show first knowing. Know your head if you're growing, don't know it. Got me turning around, sometimes blowing. When you're going down. How'd I go from wandering the streets until the crack of dawn and waking up at the crack of dawn, the baby in my arms? This is just crazy. I'm a father now, but I don't feel fully grown. Did you think your pops had it all figured out? Might have been wrong, but now I'm bigger than little Ziggy. I'm in charge of the stardust, the sun of my gravity pushing and pulling his orbit. I'm supposed to be a tree. I still feel like a seed, the pressure pressing on my chest. I'll see how come some fathers leave, but I'm staying right here, giving him the best of me. Building a home where he can grow into his own cosmic destiny. And the best of me is not some ideal fantasy. Inevitably, I make missteps, but I still won't think any less of me. He's learning from what I tell him, but even more from what I show him. I'm not gonna beat myself up. I don't want violence in our home. My life's a poem that's still being written. The only difference being this human being that's written in force of wisdom. The cycle continues. Thanks, Dad, for everything you've given me. I'ma do the same for Ziggy. I love you plus infinity. Who's showing first slowing? Know your eyes. Don't know it. Gotta turn around, sometimes blow it. When you're going down, show it. First slowing. Know your eyes. Don't know it. Gotta turn around, sometimes blow it. Who's showing first slowing? Throw your hands if you're growing. Don't know it. Gotta turn around. Sometimes you blow it up when you're growing. Who's showing first slowing? Throw your hands if you're growing. Don't know it. Gotta turn